Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Crypto Lark here. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin Cash, all the controversy, what's going on with the price, all that and more after a quick shout out to everybody who has been hitting that like button, and of course everybody who has been subscribing to the channel. That's the old subscribers, that's the new subscribers. Welcome to everybody. Building a community together, it's an amazing experience. Also, if you want to follow me along on steemit.com, that is awesome as well. And remember guys, this is not professional financial advice, just a dude talking about cryptocurrencies on the internet. Let's get into it. If you've been watching the news for the past couple of days, Bitcoin Cash has been exploding, absolutely exploding. The price has gone from really a very small amount, $300-400 only a couple weeks ago, up to about $1,500 currently. Why is this happening? What's going on? We're going to look at some of the details here. Now, if you go over to the Twitterverse, there are two very distinct groups of people. There is the hashtag #BTrash crowd, who are doing nothing but bashing Bitcoin Cash. Maybe that's what we should call Bitcoin Cash in the future. Bash. Kind of like Dash, but bash. Maybe not. Anyway, Bcash, I like to call it Bcash. Bcash, as it is getting a lot of people very divided. If you look over on the Bitcoin Cash side of things, a lot more people are saying that Bitcoin Cash is the way forward. It's a means of transaction. It's solving all the problems that Bitcoin can't solve. Very divided again. We've gone from one debate to another debate in the Bitcoin community. We like doing this, it seems. Now, I like the quote from Andreas Antonopoulos, perhaps the most. Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash will coexist and serve different use cases, just like Bitcoin and Ethereum. It is not a zero-sum game. Work on building your project, not on destroying the other. I think that's great. Honestly, why does it have to be Bitcoin Cash will win and Bitcoin will die and all these different things? I think there's a big place for both of them. Maybe Bitcoin will be more of the gold standard and Bitcoin Cash will be more of the day-to-day transaction coin. It's very possible. Now, what is it that Bitcoin Cash was actually trying to do in the first place? Fast transactions. If you're using the Bitcoin network right now, it's an absolute mess. Transactions are taking huge amounts of time. The fees are through the roof. I was going to send some money to an exchange earlier. It's a $65 fee. Can you imagine that? That's crazy. I have some Bitcoin Cash in my wallet as well. I was going to send that. You know what the fee was? 30 cents. Now, why has this happened? There's a few different reasons. We're going to talk about those in a minute. But wow. It can't go on like that. Not by any means. Now, the big feature here with Bitcoin Cash is, of course, the 8 megabyte blocks. So they have bigger blocks, more transactions can go into those blocks, and of course, to look at upgrading that in the future to make even bigger blocks in the future. Now, the problem here is that if every block is 8 megabytes, to download the whole blockchain is a massive experience, and really only big corporations can have that kind of capacity. But really, that's how it is right now anyway. To be honest, most of the Bitcoin mining that happens is done by big companies. One other thing that they did implement was something called the emergency difficulty adjustment. This would allow miners to go back and forth as they desired, depending on which chain was more profitable. Of course, of course, of course. Now, even this has caused problems in the Bitcoin Cash community. One of the developers has come out and said, well, it's very worrying. It was a closed door decision. They're doing a hard fork here on Bitcoin Cash in a few days. And this is the decision he is referring to as the closed door decision. So the EDA was designed to help it be more competitive in that sense. Whereas what's being proposed will be an adjusted difficulty algorithm with regular block intervals of 600 seconds. This will help avoid those sudden changes in difficulty and avoid big hash rate changes and things like this. And that is a big problem going on with Bitcoin Cash right now, and they do need to solve these problems. So I think a hard fork is absolutely necessary. That's going to activate on the 13th. So 1 more day in New Zealand time, 2 days in regular time for most of you guys. Currently, Bitcoin Cash is 69.4% more profitable to mine than Bitcoin, according to calculations made at 9:16 p.m. November 11th by JP Buntance. You can understand why this has happened. This is blockchain.info, and this is the hash rate of Bitcoin Core. It has gone from 11 million terahashes down to 5.4 million terahashes in 2 days. It has dropped 50% in 2 days. This is why transaction fees are now $50 or $60. It's gone out of control. Everybody's mining Bitcoin Cash because it's so much more profitable to mine right now. If you have a look over at some of the numbers on Bitcoin Cash, you can see here the matching. This is the Bitcoin Cash hash rate, going from rather low numbers here at 795 petahash right up here to 4.83. Wow, that is a huge jump. The Bitcoin Cash difficulty has also stayed relatively low. Now, there have been some pretty decent spikes. Obviously, it was a really tough ride for Bitcoin Cash as soon as it came out, but they adjusted way down really fast. And not as many people were mining Bitcoin Cash because the price was pretty low, the profitability wasn't super high, but now that the price is going up, all that hashing power is moving over to Bitcoin Cash. If you look at the Bitcoin Cash Explorer, we are getting blocks so fast it'll make your head spin. It's absolutely crazy. Here we had a block after 1 second. Boom. 12.5 Bitcoin Cash. 1 second. There you go. Bam. Really fast block time right now. People are making a lot of money mining Bitcoin Cash right now. It's quite a crazy situation. That being said, if you want to get your hands on some Bitcoin Cash mining, currently via BTC and Bitcoin.com, both big backers of Bitcoin Cash are offering Bitcoin Cash mining contracts. They're super expensive. They're about $400 a terahash. Now, Genesis Mining just came out with their pre-sales, $179 a terahash. It's a pretty big difference, guys. That being said, if you are looking for some cloud mining options for Bitcoin Cash, they have you covered. You just are going to pay out your butt for it. You can keep that in mind. Now, Bitcoin's price has taken a big slide down. You can see here, we were at 7,700 the other day, and we've gone down ever since, losing $1,600 in value in just a few days in Bitcoin. Now, this is nothing spectacular in Bitcoin world. This doesn't blow my mind. Bitcoin does this, especially when there's so much drama going on in the Bitcoin world. The very interesting thing on the flip side, of course, is that so much of that money has been flowing into Bitcoin Cash. Now, I think it's really important to actually look not just at the charts, but at the markets. We see the Korean won featuring fairly highly in the charts over here for Bitcoin. But when we come over to Bitcoin Cash, we see this. BitThumb, 35% of the volume, Korean won. Bitfinex accounting for 14% of the volume. Coin1, 7.3% of the volume, Korean won. Corbit, 6% of the volume, Korean won. The Koreans are going heavy into Bitcoin Cash. Roger Ver was in Korea last month, meeting with the exchanges, talking with these people, and pushing Bitcoin Cash up. Now, I have a proposal here for you. What if Bitcoin Cash, much in the way of Andreas Antonopoulos was saying, what if there's space for both of them? What if Bitcoin Cash just becomes the Bitcoin of Korea, for example? What would the value of that be? Huge. Currently, the market cap, by the way, $26.5 billion, a quarter of the value of the Bitcoin market cap. If South Korea alone were to adopt a Bitcoin Cash and that became the preferred version of Bitcoin in South Korea, that would be huge. South Korea is one of the world's biggest economies and is going hard into digital currencies. That one country alone could keep the price of Bitcoin Cash high forever. Now, Bitcoin Cash is bringing a lot to the table. When you look at the transaction fees and all these different things, you think, wow, Bitcoin still has its problems. And yeah, Bitcoin needs to scale. But don't forget about other coins. We've got Litecoin, for example. Litecoin, of course, bringing us low fees, quick transaction times. It's just that it's worth way less than Bitcoin Cash, so people don't get as excited about Litecoin. I still love you, Charlie Lee. I still love you, man. Let's go over to Dash. Some people say that it is Dash, not Bitcoin, not Bitcoin Cash, not Litecoin, that will fulfill Satoshi Nakamoto's vision. Are we even so worried about Satoshi's vision at this point? Everyone likes to pull his name out once in a while, but he's not Jesus. He's just a dude. He's just a dude who created a cryptocurrency and then walked away. Dash, for example, super low fees, private send enabled, and good governance model. That is the one thing that Bitcoin sorely lacks. Will there be a place for Dash? Absolutely. Maybe Dash will be the preferred cryptocurrency of South America, or the Americas. Maybe Bitcoin Cash will take off in Korea. Japan will stick with Bitcoin. And I realize these are supposed to be international currencies, but you can't overlook the fact that there's still a certain centralization of power with the exchanges for people to take their fiat money, whether it be Korean won, Japanese yen, or US dollars, and then to buy cryptocurrencies. And that's where the exchanges come in. And that's why we see massive volume Bitcoin Cash to Korean won, as an example. They all have their place. Bitcoin Cash doesn't actually solve any of the problems necessarily that Dash doesn't solve or Litecoin doesn't solve. It simply has more corporate money and power behind it. I liked this post from Roger Ver, by the way. Bitcoin is just the rocket. Bitcoin Cash is what's going to take you to the moon. I liked it. Now, look, there is a lot of controversy going around right now. Data Dash just had a live stream where he looked at some of the accusations going around, and it was from this. This was saying that actually SegWit2x was all a diversion. They never intended to do SegWit2x. It was simply a distraction to keep everyone busy while behind the scenes they were getting ready for the big push with Bitcoin Cash. Sound too crazy? I don't know. When you think there's hundreds of millions, billions of dollars at stake for a lot of these companies, I would believe anything. Now, Bitcoin Cash is being advertised as the New York Agreement Bitcoin. And that Bitcoin Core is something different. Interesting. Look, I'm not going to give too much space to conspiracy theories at this time, but as I've always said with these debates in Bitcoin, we're just regular people using Bitcoin. The big powers out there that are deciding what is happening with Bitcoin, they're going to do what they want. We will just simply have to live with the consequences, and we can keep mining our Bitcoin Core, for example. If that much hashing power moves away from Bitcoin, the difficulty level is going to come way back down, and miners will jump back over to Bitcoin Core. there can be a place for both of them. Actually, I would love to see the situation where half the mining power goes to each. Bring that difficulty back down for Bitcoin. I would love it. It would be very, very nice to get the profitability of those cloud mining contracts back up, guys. The truth is out there. We're going to find out one day exactly what was going on behind the scenes here. But right now, one thing for sure, Bitcoin Cash is here to stay. Love it or hate it, it's in. Personally, I would like to get some cloud mining contracts for some Bitcoin Cash, because why not? I mine Bitcoin, I mine Litecoin. Why not throw some Bitcoin Cash in the mix? Especially a $25 billion market cap coin. Now look, if you want to run out and buy a whole bunch of Bitcoin Cash, be careful. It is at the all-time high by far right now. Expect retraction. If you do want to buy Bitcoin Cash, take your time, know what you're getting into before you start throwing your money into it. Remember, we always say this in the crypto space, don't buy at the all-time highs. Relax. I think we'll see some price come back down on this. Unless those Chinese guys and all the big blockers, they just keep pushing it up. There's always that potential too, but I think we will see some real retraction on this. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about Bitcoin Cash down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in. Long live the blockchain, whatever your blockchain preference may be, that is. And peace out till next time.